called the Iguana de Mi, which is, infamous for killing people, literally. And I'm going to be going there and
well, of course you're going to go there.
Of course.
Why not?
Why not, right? Of course, that's the first place I got to go.
Yeah, right.
And it's really, and again, my skiing is spiritual. I mean, I don't want to sound corny. It's so spiritual to me. It's developed into this journey, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
It's developed into this new chapter of my life where I want to go and I want to do these things. I'm going to tell you right now what I'm going to do for my 50th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already found a group, a place that will train me and get me I want to climb Mount Everest and ski it. And I'm going to do it. I already found the group and got a price and got it all set up. And in about 2 years, I'm going to start training for it. I need to train for about 2 years for it.
Wow.
But I'm going to climb Mount Everest for my 50th birthday, and I'm going to ski it.
You know something? I don't doubt you. I really don't doubt you. I mean, because that is historic. That would be historic, no doubt about it.
Well, other people have done it. There's been some people that have done it. There's some people that have died doing it. And, just like anything else, there haven't been a lot of people, though. And I want to be able – I have a 10-year-old daughter. Her name is Brooke.
Oh.
And I want Brooke to learn from me, too. I want her to see me. She's my biggest fan. She thinks I'm,
Actually, you're her biggest fan.
You're right. Exactly. Exactly. So, and I just got her skiing, and she just thinks I'm, of course, the end all of everything.
That's great.
But I want to be able to say to her kids, I want to be able to sit back and say, I did that. I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that. Now, you know how they always have the lie? I always laugh. You know the lie detector test. The first question they ask you is to baseline your lying is, have you ever climbed Mount Everest? And you're supposed to say yes, and then it shows that you're lying. Well, I want to be able to do that, but really be telling the truth.
All right, and they'll say, well, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Read his book.
Right.
Because your life should be in a book. Everything you've done, but you're not done yet. So you may have to have part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't know.
You're way too nice to me. I'm just trying to live my life, live the dream, and I'm again, it's a journey, like you said. I mean, I couldn't put it any better. And this chapter now is about finding, pushing myself as far as I can without killing myself.
Right.
And it seems every winter I go a little further. Last year we went to, Canada, we went to British Columbia, I guess we went to Wyoming, Jackson Hole, and we skied some stuff that, you jump off 25-foot cliffs, and my buddy broke his leg and almost killed himself, and every year we push it a little harder and a little faster, and it's an addiction, and it's so spiritual when you're going down the mountain, and when you're out in the mountains, that it's just like nothing else in the world. And all part of the journey, I guess.
Well, I see that, like you say, it's spiritual. I see that as you living life. I sent out a message a few days ago. We're born to live life, not born to just to do all this other stuff and start living life at 50. We're born to achieve great things, and you seem to understand this because you're doing it with everything that you're touching. You want to be the best at what you do and be the best that you can be in what you do. So, yeah, I do understand that. Not that I'm getting on top of a mountain. I'm not climbing Mount Everest. I'm not doing all that stuff. Because the only reading you'll have about me is man dies on 50 feet up, going up Mount Everest, I think.
There's a French extreme skier, and I can't remember his name, but I was watching a documentary, and he said, he was saying a very heavy French accent. He says, you do this stuff, you risk your life. He said, but you come so close to that you get an emotion that you need to have to make your life fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And there are some people who can do it, and there's some people that do it in other ways. Mm-hmm. For me, this is the way that I come to fulfill my life emotionally. Mm-hmm. I don't have a death wish. I'm not looking to do stupid things, but I am looking to be able to experience everything I can. And with people too. And I do a lot of trips. I ski right now I'm lucky enough to ski about 40 days a year.
Oh, that's good.
Once my daughter goes to college, I want to move to Colorado so I can ski 150 days a year.
There you go.
But I get to, I try as much as I can to spend time with my friends doing it too. And it's not always extreme skiing. Sometimes it's resort skiing. Most of the times it's resort skiing on, regular slopes that, seem fairly easy for me. But it's the time, and it's the relationships, and it's the relationship with the outdoors and the mountains that really matters to me to fulfill me. So.
You know something, Jack? And I'm gonna take a quote from the philosophy of Bruce Lee. There's something that he said, when he was, training and getting himself together and learning everything and teaching other people. And what he said, in order to be a good fighter or a good warrior,
you have to be a good healer.
But you have to embrace death for you to be able to do that. You have to embrace your mortality in order to achieve greatness. And I understand that, because if you're in a fight and you don't know what it is to get hit, that first time you get hit is a shock.
Right.
But if you know how to get hit, then you're always like, okay, can we have another? And have another, exactly. and you just keep getting hit, just like you said, the Rocky movie. Same thing. Keep hitting me, keep punching me in the head. I'll keep coming at you, like a bull, like a rhino, whatever you want to call it, and just keep coming.
No, it's perfect. It's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. You're right on target. In fact, I wanted to tell you too that, and I'm not, and it's not something that it's not my forte, but 2 days a week I do train MMA, mostly just kickboxing and boxing. Not too much Thai or anything like that, but I go to a gym down here in Delaware and the owner knows why I'm there, and I spar a little bit but not a lot, but I'm actually pretty good at it. I can hit pretty hard. I've learned how to use my body and my weight, and my left hook is pretty good because I can get my weight in it and I turn.
Well, now you're scaring me, because good thing I'm retired.
Well, one guy, I was sparring with this guy from Poland, just messing around, nothing like you did, believe me. We're just he's a boxer, and we were hitting each other, and he says, Jack, you should fight. He said, the fight wouldn't be long. He said, you wouldn't have to get into condition. He says, you would punch somebody twice, you'd hit somebody twice, and a good three punch combination, and it would be over. But I'm really doing that for conditioning for my skiing. It really works. I would tell anybody to do that because it really works your core. Working with the medicine ball and even working the bag really works your core a lot. And so that's really helped me a lot with my conditioning.
Well, I think your story is amazing. And I really hope that everyone that is hearing this, that they do get the message. And the message is, if you have a dream, go for it. Be inspired. Live your life. Don't sit there and sit on a couch watching TV and at 50, 60 looking in the mirror saying, wow, what happened to you?
Right.
You have your underwear falling down, your T-shirt's all rotted, and you're wondering what happened to you, and you see some young kid running away with your dream. And I think that's the hardest thing to suck up as you get older, to see someone else do what you were afraid to do. But as you said,
yes, and I have a relative who's like that, and I think having that relative, and I don't even want to mention who it is, but seeing that relative live their life like that, I think is part of what has inspired me to be the way I am, and my mother and I just had a conversation literally yesterday about living and doing all the things and she thinks it's great. So absolutely, I think I would also encourage anybody who needs any kind of help to please feel free to contact me through email or through the Facebook, because I'm always want to try to help people, because my learning process was, trial and error. And I always tell people, don't live your life trying. Find the people in whatever world you're in. Like, I'm just into skiing, so I went out and tried to find Seth Morrison or Chris Anthony, the people who I look up to. Those people should find the people that they look up to that know bodybuilding or boxing or skiing or whatever, and look to those people. Look to me, people like me, to help and to guide you. Because if we don't, then we really miss the boat. Because that's the most important thing.
Well, you have
to. It's not only to do it, but to be the example for the other people, to say, you know what, come on, follow me into this. Let's go together.
That is
so
awesome.
I always tell people that, and I try not to sound too hokey about it, but